Hey, so we just got back day one. We met the new women from the new Healing Gardens project we're doing, the Copa Chica Cooperative. So much fun to say. So it was so much fun getting out there and getting a chance to meet them. You walk through this beautiful bamboo forest, and you get there, and there's just these, this enormous plot of land, and these beautiful women are there, and just so happy and so receptive to, to us coming in and being able to work with them and empower them to, build these beautiful gardens. And I wanted to take a few minutes to just talk to Maria about what it felt like to go there, and what do you see for their future. Tell me a little something.
I think for us it was really important to make this truly a healing project for the women that we're working with. And I think the walk alone to these gardens, I think our project officer, David, picked the most amazing spot because just walking to the gardens was therapeutic in itself. We were in the city of Kigali, and we were in this bamboo forest, and that is so rare to find. In a country with a population of 12 million, it's hard to find forest-like land like that. So that was amazing to see. And then just to see the massive amount of land that the women actually have, that this cooperative has, to build gardens together. And it looks like, we have enough land for each woman to have their own garden, which is pretty incredible. Yeah. We saw and we learned today that they're going to be growing nutritious foods like chard and spinach, and cabbage and pumpkin and squash. So there's so many nutrient-dense foods that are going to be grown. And also, this is truly a collaborative project. The cooperative is going to be working truly as a team. So,
right, and just to clarify, what Maria means by that is typically, it depends. Cooperatives can have situations where, let's say you have 40 acres of land and there's 40 people in the cooperative, everyone owns 1 acre. And what happens a lot of times when you have those situations, you end up having to spend a lot of time teaching people to collaborate because they're so used to just taking care of their own. And that's something we dealt with Kodaki, which is our Kinyinya project. And a lot of time was spent on building
building that
womanhood,
support,
right?
the sisterhood among the women,
a real team. And this exists here already, and we felt that as soon as we walked in. It was just there's so much love there, and it's pretty amazing. And then just one other thing I want to take a step back with is you talked about the fact that they're growing chard and spinach
and
so
cabbage.
So to put that in context, typically people here eat soy and maize. I mean, that's, if you're poor, that is what is on the menu.
And sometimes just maize.
Right. And I mean, this alone is amazing. I think they were growing squash as well.
And, peppers and onions and tomatoes and carrots. So really a very diverse amount of vegetables, which is very rare, specifically in poor communities. And these women are living in the slums,
right?
Making less than $1 a day. Certainly would not have access to nutrient-dense foods like this. So, and then over the course of the year, they're also going to be getting training in malnutrition prevention, in cookery, on how to cook healthy meals.
Right.
And then they're also going to use the food as a source of income because the surplus will be sold at the market. So
right.
it's
that's what's so beautiful here.
Yeah.
Is that you've got food to sustain people and get them nutrient-dense food, and then on top of that, a way to make an income. And a way to just have a beautiful garden. This is land that, gets flooded every year, so they haven't had the ability to go ahead and plant vegetables. You can't I'll speak correctly essentially. You can't plant vegetables in a flood area, a floodplain. And, David, our agronomist, was already talking to us about ways that we can circumvent that by, basically putting like a moat around the property, using local labor at some of the husbands to help. The bees are, by the way, just like,
they love us.
They're incessant here. But yeah, so I think that's pretty amazing, and it's an awesome way to get started.
We're so excited, and we have some footage. I mean, the way we celebrate in Africa is just through dance, and there was so much celebration at the gardens today. It was just full of life. So
and we're going to spend the next couple of days. We're going to go back to Kinyinya, but then we're going to come to Copa Chica again, and hopefully we're going to get to visit the homes of some of these women as well as meet some of the children. David was telling us this is about as poor as he's seen a community. So it'll be really interesting to sort of see that and just sort of really understand what the deeper needs are.
He was saying 70% of the women are widows, and 8 out of the 35 have HIV.
Right.
So this, I mean, you would never know that these women are going through the challenges that they're facing, that they've faced throughout their lifetimes, walking into these gardens and seeing them with the energy they had to take on this project. So it's going to be amazing.
And even more than the reason that, the nutrient-dense foods are so important.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're trying to nourish yourself going through
if you're
sickness,
sick, absolutely.
It's paramount.
It's paramount, exactly.
All right, awesome. So we'll see people again tomorrow. All right.